In the heart of Southeast Asia, nestled between the equator and the South China Sea, lies one of the most biodiverse places on Earth, Borneo. This vast island, draped in a blanket of emerald green, is home to ancient rainforests that have stood for over 140 million years. These forests are a sanctuary for some of the most enigmatic species on our planet. Among them, the last of the dragons. As the third largest island in the world, Borneo's vast landscapes encompass a rich tapestry of habitats. From towering mountain ranges and dense lowland rainforests to intricate river systems and sprawling mangroves. Isolated by millions of years of geological history, Borneo has become a cradle of evolution, giving rise to an astonishing array of life found nowhere else on our planet. Borneo's equatorial climate, characterized by its warm temperatures and abundant rainfall, nurtures this biodiversity. The tropical rainforest, a vibrant and complex biotope, is the lifeblood of this island, sustaining its unique ecosystems through intricate and very delicate balances.
We've traveled to Borneo not only for its magnificent biodiversity, but also to look for one particular species of lizard, the earless monitor, Lanthanotus borneensis, a highly cryptic and very rare species of lizard, also dubbed the Holy Grail of herpetology.
Indeed, in the hidden corners of Borneo's ancient forests lives a creature so rare and elusive that it was once thought to be a myth. This is the Lanthanotus borneensis, the Bornean earless monitor lizard, a living relic from a time long past, and we are on a mission to find it. Before our journey to the island, we researched possible locations to visit. But now that we're here, we have a better feel of the surroundings. With the help of satellite images, we're able to track down some possible Lanthanotus locations, slightly sloped and dense rainforests with the possibility of having rocky streams. Venturing into these places also means speaking to local chieftains and addressing the community of what we're here to do. After all, their knowledge of the forest might come in handy in our search for these lizards. With the help of our drone, we're able to scout out some promising slopes before we attempt to make our way through the dense jungle. But the forests of Borneo, as well as the earless monitors, are in danger. Beneath the green canopy and the chorus of life, a shadow looms over Borneo's wilderness. The very forests that have nurtured countless of species for millennia are now under siege.
And this, what you see here right behind me, this is what threatens the existence of Lanthanotus the most, habitat destruction. So you see that right in the middle of this primary rainforest, basically, you see whole chunks of forests being cut down. And literally, not even 100 meters away from here, there are streams that might harbor Lanthanotus. So this is literally the biggest problem that these animals face. Small patches being destroyed all over the forest make one huge chunk of habitat destruction. And this is what it's all about: palm oil plantations. Borneo has lost over 30% of its native forest to these trees. Between 2000 and 2020, over 7 million hectares of Bornean forests have been cut down to plant these trees.
Ancient rainforests, home to some of the rarest creatures on Earth, are being replaced by vast monoculture plantations, leaving fragile ecosystems in peril. For many local communities in Borneo, palm oil is more than just a crop. It's a lifeline. The industry provides jobs, supports livelihoods, and fuels local economies, offering a path out of poverty for countless of families. In a region where opportunities are often scarce, the economic benefits of palm oil can be transformative. This economic dependence on palm oil presents a complex challenge for conservation efforts.
So, how many trees do you have in your farm?
9 pokok, 9 ganyan po niya.
And how many fruits do you get each month from your farm?
Minimal 500 sampai 600 kilo per bulan.
Per bulan. Okay. And is this your only occupation? Is this your only source of income? Your only job?
Ada tambahan itu ternak bebek sama lansia buah.
Oh yeah. Do you have an idea of how much money you make per month of your farm?
Minimal 1 juta lebih. Sawitnya kalau bebek. Kadang 1 juta lebih juga sama lansia buah.
Alright. Terima kasih. Terima kasih.
Thank you.
Thank you. Terima kasih. This is the palm fruit. This is where the oil comes from. Palm oil is used in thousands of products everywhere in the world, and it comes straight from here. It takes about 4 years for a tree to start producing these fruits, and then it can keep producing them for over 30 years. And each month, about 50 kilograms is harvested from each tree. Now, it's a bit of a double-edged sword for Borneo. On the one hand, this fruit causes the degradation of a lot of forests, and on the other hand, it causes a lot of jobs to exist for local people. Even the locals nowadays, they truly realize that because of this fruit, the forests are degraded and the forests go drier and drier and less biodiverse.
In response to these changes, some animals exhibit remarkable adaptability. Species like the proboscis monkey, which once thrived in dense forests, now find refuge in the remaining patches of forest within or around plantations. Some species of snakes, like the Bornean keeled viper, have found a new niche in the palm oil plantations. The presence of rodents, such as mice and rats, in these areas provides a reliable food source for the viper. While this allows the viper to thrive, it also highlights the complex ways in which wildlife can respond to habitat changes. However, not all animals are this flexible. Most species that have evolved to thrive in primary rainforests are highly specialized to its ecosystems, unable to survive or adapt when its complexity or overall balance is disrupted, let alone when it is destroyed entirely. Earless monitors, being mostly aquatic in nature, rely on the untouched lowland forests and the cool, clear streams that meander through them. But as palm oil plantations expand, these vital habitats are disappearing, leaving Lanthanotus with fewer places to hide, hunt, and thrive. The very streams that once provided shelter and sustenance are also now choked with sediment and chemicals from nearby plantations. The delicate balance of the Lanthanotus world is being disrupted, pushing the species closer to the edge of extinction. Finding suitable habitat is best done during the day. You have an excellent overview of the state of the stream, the absence or presence of possible hiding spots, as well as potential prey for the monitors. We spread out over the stream and look under rocks, logs, and leaves in or near the water, just in case we find the Lanthanotus. It is hard work, but one doesn't simply stumble upon an earless monitor. If we encounter a suitable spot, we log the coordinates and take notes.
Now I think this is what Lanthanotus actually prefers. A slow-moving stream with very clear water and a lot of cover, a lot of plant cover. Lots of plants next to it, a lot of leaves and sticks inside of the water, a lot of rocks for them to hide underneath. I think this is perfect. We've also seen a lot of potential prey items in this water. So little crabs, little shrimp, tadpoles or frogs. So I think this is what we need to explore. We're going to go up this stream a little bit during the day. We're going to check out if we see anything, but I think most of the action will be at night. Now this stream right here might look like a nice slice of habitat, but it isn't. This is a man-made stream. This is a diverted stream from more up the hill. And it is diverted to reach local plantations, like the palm oil plantation right beside me. And what happens is Lanthanotus actually get flushed out of their habitat, going downstream and reaching human habitation.
Making our way through these beautiful jungles isn't an easy task. It is dense, hot and wet, and our equipment surely isn't happy with what we're doing here. But next to the constant heaving and sweating, it is truly a life-changing experience. Ever since I learned of the existence of this lizard, I have been dreaming of seeing it in the wild. Being in its habitat, surrounded by all of these smells, colors and sounds, is already an incredibly special experience. I can't lie that I feel privileged for being here. Along the way, we encounter a wide variety of other fauna. Interesting mammals, extraordinary insects, striking vipers, and incredibly diverse frogs. The streams we had visited during the day have now come to life as well, with worms and snails, tadpoles, frogs, fish, and even shrimps and crabs, all potential prey for earless monitors. The presence of these prey species in suitable looking habitat is a good sign, so we're definitely onto something. To know more about the habitat preference of Lanthanotus, we took various measurements on environmental variables, water quality, and prey species and abundance.
Here you go, up here. Okay. So the guys just found something in a close by stream. Well, I don't understand what they got, but they are super excited. So, look at this terrain. This terrain is quite treacherous, very steep, not easy to traverse. I'm trying to keep my cool, going up to where our local friends are. But oh my god, this is tough. There's one here. Guys, there's one here. There's one here. Oh my god. Wild Lanthanotus. Oh my god. It's so beautiful. Oh my god, what a beautiful lizard. We did it. We found them. We found Lanthanotus borneensis, the earless monitor here in Indonesian Borneo. After such a long time, we finally found a stream that still harbors this rare and endangered species. And look at this, we found 2 of them. Amazing. I think there's more of them here in this river. This is so pristine. This is so far out. that is probably, not a lot of people have come here, not a lot of people have seen them here. And now while we were filming the female, the guys found another one, a male, and you can see the sexual dimorphism between the two. The male has a larger head, has a larger jaw structure on the top, and the female has a bit more of a slender head. Look at this, beautiful, such amazing lizards. I'm so happy I finally got to see these in the wild.
And here it is, a dragon among lizards. The earless monitor, a creature of remarkable and ancient design. Its name, Lanthanotus, is derived from the Greek words for hidden ear, reflecting one of its most distinctive features, the lack of external ear openings. An adaptation that likely helps it navigate its burrowing and aquatic lifestyle. Though elusive, it is a modestly sized reptile. On average, it reaches a length of around 40 to 50 centimeters, with a slender, elongated body and a tail that accounts for nearly half of its total length. They are believed to live for several decades, though precise data is limited. Some estimates suggest that they can live up to 30 or even 40 years old in the wild. This extended lifespan, combined with their relatively slow growth and reproductive rate, makes the survival of each individual crucial for the species' continued existence. They are oviparous, meaning that they lay eggs. In captivity, they are known to lay about 5 to 7 eggs on average, with larger clutches containing up to 12 eggs. The monitor possesses a powerful presence, with a sturdy build that has remained largely unchanged for millions of years. Covered in small, bead-like scales, the Lanthanotus skin is thick and armor-like, offering protection as it moves through the dense undergrowth and burrows in the substrate surrounding the streams. Beneath this tough exterior lies another layer of protection, osteoderms. These bony deposits embedded within the skin provide additional armor against predators, conspecifics, and the environment. Its long and muscular tail is perfectly adapted for swimming, allowing it to glide silently through the water. It can also stay submerged for extended periods of time. While holding its breath for hours on end, it can hunt for prey beneath the surface. Its short, sturdy limbs end in sharp, curved claws, perfectly adapted for digging and burrowing in rocky soil, as well as climbing upstream. Though it lacks external ears, the Lanthanotus has well-developed eyes, protected by a nictitating membrane, an inner eyelid that keeps its vision clear underwater and shields its eyes from debris. Blending seamlessly into its environment, its muted coloration of earthy browns and greys offers exceptional camouflage. With its unique morphology, remarkable adaptations, and longevity, this extraordinary reptile stands as a living relic of a distant past, embodying millions of years of evolutionary history in its small and unassuming form. Its unique morphology and adaptations make it a creature perfectly suited to a life spent in the shadows, as well as a testament to the evolutionary pressures that have shaped it into one of Borneo's most elusive and extraordinary inhabitants. Its forked tongue serves as a powerful sensory tool. Similar to snakes, the lizard collects airborne particles by flicking its tongue. It then draws these particles to the Jacobson's organ inside its mouth, allowing it to smell the air. This helps it to find prey or the scent of a conspecific further upstream.
You can go red for the rest.
Huh?
You can eat noodle.
Yeah, okay, we will rest a bit.
Yeah.
What makes Lanthanotus incredibly interesting for herpetologists is the fact that it belongs to an ancient lineage that dates back millions of years, to a time when dinosaurs roamed the earth. Its lineage diverged from other lizards and snakes long ago. It shares a distant common ancestor with other monitor lizards, such as the Komodo dragon, the largest lizard on the planet, and more distantly with creatures like the Gila monster or the beaded lizard. Yet it remains distinct, a unique branch on the tree of life that has retained its primitive traits, setting it apart from its more evolutionary advanced cousins. Unlike many of its relatives, the Lanthanotus has changed very little over the millennia. This evolutionary stasis, known as living fossil status, speaks to the effectiveness of its adaptations. It is a species perfectly suited to its niche, having survived the dramatic changes that reshaped the planet's ecosystems.
This is our fourth Lanthanotus that we see, and it's likely our last one. This is our last day in Lanthanotus habitat. Now this female, she means a lot to me. This might even be the last Lanthanotus I ever see in the wild. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to set up a conservation project for this species, but we're never sure. For now, I think it's just best to let her be in her habitat. I'm gonna let her go. There she goes. We're back home, and now it truly starts to sink in what an incredible adventure it was seeing Lanthanotus in the wild in Borneo. But next to that, Borneo also left us with a little bit of a bitter taste in our mouth. The habitat destruction is still ongoing, and we can't help but think what's left of the places we visited only a few months ago. You've probably also noticed that we've been fairly careful with what we've been sharing with you. We try to avoid filming public places and also blurred the faces of the locals we were in contact with. And it turns out that was a good call. It's no secret that the illegal wildlife trade of Lanthanotus is another major threat for the species. Driven by the high market value, some locals capture Lanthanotus and attempt to sell them internationally, putting their already fragile populations at even greater risk. Each capture not only harms individual lizards, but also depletes their entire wild population, pushing this lizard even closer to the edge of extinction. And during our stay in Borneo, we wanted to capture this ongoing illegal wildlife trade of the species. So we tried talking with local collectors. None of them, understandably so, wanted to talk to us. So we tried to send out our local contact with his cell phone to gather undercover footage of what is going on out there. This undercover operation revealed not only the exploitation of Lanthanotus, but also the grim conditions faced by other species of wildlife, including turtles, monkeys, squirrels, civets, and birds, all confined in cramped cages. This footage highlights the problems of wildlife trade that is still ongoing in Borneo. Upon getting back to Belgium, we were alarmed by some of our friends that they were approached by someone we met in Borneo. This person, after finding us on social media, started to send messages to all of our contacts and our friends, asking them to come over or even asking them if they were interested in buying Lanthanotus from him. So what we thought was just a friendly local turned out to be a poacher all along. Now this goes to show how deeply rooted this wildlife trafficking problem is in Borneo. But there's hope. Both the Indonesian and Malaysian governments are working hard to eradicate Lanthanotus poaching, tracking down poachers and releasing animals back into suitable habitat. Needless to say, Borneo has changed our lives forever. It was a dream come true seeing Lanthanotus in the wild, and because we saw the threats, the problems with the species with our own eyes, we're more motivated than ever to try and do something back for the species. Ever since we came back to Belgium, we started making the foundation for hopefully a future in situ conservation project for this species. We're so thankful for you taking the time to watch this documentary, and we hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.